Strange Tales from the Doctor's set. Read about our visit to the Doctor Strange set and take a look at new posters and stills from the film. There are places one goes when one wants to learn about magic. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one of those places is the Camartage in Kathmandu. There, under the right tutelage, one may learn the proper steps toward a mystic path and perhaps even unlock an understanding of how our own world interacts with unseen realities. It is in one of those other realities, in fact, that the place one goes to learn about magic is England's Longcross Studios. It is there that, earlier this year, ComicsOn.net had the privilege of visiting the set of Marvel's Doctor Strange and learning from those who wield movie magic exactly how powerful a spell the right story can cast. What we wanted was a character that was rooted in the real, says Doctor Strange Scott Derrickson, whose past directorial credits include Deliver Us from Evil, Sinister, and The Exorcism of Emily Rose. The starting point was what things that we have not seen in cinema. That we could almost work backwards. What kind of imagery? What kind of action could be created in cinema that we haven't seen? I started from that place and looked for a way to tie that into magic. Some of those ideas didn't tie in well and some of those ideas tied in surprisingly well. The ones that tied in really well, those became the major set pieces for the movie. It needs to be strange. It needs to be weird. It needs to be absolutely inspired from those Steve Ditko images, says Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, promising that Marvel fans have some truly innovative visual effects coming their way this November. Scott Derrickson brought up a particularly panel from the Ditko era that was turned into a blacklight poster he remembered having. That has been so much of the visual inspiration of the movie. I keep feeling like someone's gonna say, it's too bizarre. It's too weird. We can't. We're going too far. Derrickson continues. I feel as though we crossed a line at some point in the process. The comics were the inspiration to try to go past certain boundaries, but we crossed a line, and after crossing that line we just kept going. It all kept getting stranger and stranger. While Doctor Strange promises to offer a more unusual side of the MCU, and they made a movie about the space adventures of a talking raccoon, there's a very emotional element at the center of the story that required a unique acting talent. The guy goes through everything you could possibly imagine, leading man Cumberbatch tells us. I mean, he's a guide of his profession. He's completely in control of his life. Yet there are things missing, which are quite obvious. But it's a good life, and then he has this car crash and becomes obsessed with healing himself, not realizing that really healing is something beyond just becoming what he used to be. That he needs to foster something that he has within him. It's all from the same drive. To lock Cumberbatch for the role meant shaping Doctor Strange's production around the actor's commitment to filming the upcoming 4th season of Sherlock. Fortunately, a schedule was found that would let the star make his debut in the MCU. One of the reasons was I wanted to know what the toy box was like, laughs Cumberbatch. And it's just insane the amount of facility that everyone gets and the amount of artistry and craft that's brought to every aspect of filmmaking. In the day's scene, Cumberbatch is dressed in simple vestments customary to a novice of the mystic arts. He sports a large beard and is covering in flakes of artificial snow and frostbite makeup. I've been stranded on the side of Mount Everest, he explains. I've been literally exposed, in what I'm wearing, to some of the coldest temperatures on Earth. I'm struggling to get back the way I came to this place. Once a student reaches a certain level within the Camartage, they are issued what has been dubbed a sling ring. While wearing the brass knuckles-like artifact in one hand and casting with another, a successful magician would be able to open a portal and escape an icy death. Of course, Strange isn't necessarily a successful magician. Everyone in this movie knows more than Strange, Feige explains. Everyone is more talented when it comes to 90% of the movie. The guy with magical abilities and the mastery of the mystic arts is Wong, a fellow warrior who has been a master in his own right. As we meet him in this movie, he's tasked with protecting some of the most valuable relics and book Camartage has. He doesn't have a lot of time to worry about Strange,